Sant Ishar Singh Ji Memorial Public School, Karmsar, Rana Sahib. Dear students, in this video we will be discussing about source document or vouchers. Now let me briefly introduce you with the source documents. The transactions are recorded in the books of account on the basis of certain evidences which can be bills of purchase, invoices for sale, debit or credit notes, etc. These evidences, being the basis of recording entry, are known as source documents. Rules of debit and credit are applied to each transaction, and a voucher is prepared before recording it in the books of original entry, that is journal or special purpose books, in a chronological order. The entries recorded in these books of account are transferred then to the specific ledger accounts. So now we will be discussing in detail what these source vouchers or source documents are. Now let us study in detail about source documents. Any document is an evidence of a transaction or an event and is known as source document, based on which accounts are debited and credited with the transacted amount. For example, a cash memo showing cash sales, an invoice showing sales of goods on credit, bills of purchase showing purchases of goods on credit, a receipt made out of by the receiver for cash received, etc. These all the documents are source documents and are evidence in support of a transaction. They are also sometimes called supporting documents. Now let us discuss some most common source documents. First of all, let me tell you about cash memo. Cash memo is a voucher which is prepared by the seller when goods are sold against cash. It contains all the details of goods sold, quantity, rate of each item and the total amount received, besides the date of transaction and other terms and conditions. It is an evidence for the purchaser for goods purchased against cash, and for the seller it is an evidence of sales for cash. Another most common voucher is invoice or bill. Invoice or bill is prepared by the seller when the goods are sold on credit. It also has the details of the party to whom goods are sold, goods sold and the total sale amount. The original copy of the sales invoice is sent to the purchaser and a duplicate copy is retained as an evidence of the sales for recording it in the books of account and for future reference. For a purchaser, credit purchases are evidenced by bill received from the supplier. A specimen of this invoice or bill you can see at page number 7.2 of your accountancy book. Another source document or source voucher is receipt. When cash or check is received from a customer, a receipt for the amount received is issued. The receipt is prepared in duplicate. The original copy of it is given to the party making the payment and the duplicate is kept for record. It has the details of date, amount, name of the party and the nature of the payment. Next important or commonly used source voucher is pay-in slip. It is a source document used for depositing cash or checks into bank. It is a form available from a bank and it has a counterfoil which is retained by the depositor. Nowadays, banks place a box in which checks along with the filled pay-in slips can be dropped. In such cases, counterfoils are not signed. The counterfoil of the pay-in slip gives details regarding the date, the amount deposited. Next commonly used source document is check. A check is a document in writing drawn upon the bank with which the account is held and is payable on demand. The bank supplies the check forms. The name of the party to whom payment is to be made is written after the words pay to. Then the amount is written both in words and in figures. A check is dated and signed by the drawer. The check details are entered on the counterfoil which remains with the account holder and is the source voucher for recording the transactions in the books of account. You can very well see the check at your home too. Everybody's parents nowadays have the checkbook in which there are number of checks which you can see. Another commonly used source voucher is debit note. It is made out evidencing that a debit has been made to the account of the party named in the debit note. We can very well understand it by an example. For example, a seller of goods will make a debit note if he finds that his goods have been invoiced for less amount. Similarly, a purchaser of goods will make a debit note if the goods have been over invoiced, or he has returned the goods, or the seller has allowed a lower discount, etc. The effect of a debit note is that the amount due to the supplier is reduced, or if the amount is already settled, goods can be purchased further without payment. Another commonly used source voucher is credit note. It is made out evidencing that credit has been granted to the debtor. For example, if a customer returns goods previously invoiced, or the customer is allowed further discount, a credit note is issued. The effect of a credit note is that the amount of the customer's indebtedness is reduced, or if it is already settled, to enable the customer to purchase goods to the value of credit without further payment. You can see the specimen of a credit note in your book at page number 7.4. Now we have already discussed about the source vouchers, and we already know that source vouchers are also known as source documents or supporting vouchers, and are documents which come into existence when a transaction is entered into. It is a written document, it contains complete details of the transactions, and it is a proof of transaction having taken place, and generally it is for a business transaction, and it is also signed by the maker. Now let us discuss about the types of accounting vouchers. Accounting vouchers are of two types. Number one, cash vouchers, and number two, non-cash vouchers. First of all, cash vouchers. Cash vouchers are the vouchers which are prepared for at the time of receipt of or payment of cash, and includes receipt and payment through checks also. Cash vouchers are also again of two types, which we will be discussing after non-cash vouchers. Now let us see the meaning of non-cash vouchers. Non-cash vouchers are the vouchers which are prepared for the transactions not involving cash. These are also called as transfer vouchers. Now the types of cash vouchers. Cash vouchers are also of two types: credit vouchers and debit vouchers. Credit vouchers are the vouchers which are prepared when cash is received, and debit vouchers are the vouchers which are prepared when the payment is made. To exemplify both, in any business, when sale of goods is made, when sale of fixed assets are done, if investments are sold, if receipts from debtors are made, or any withdrawal from bank, shows that the credit vouchers will be prepared, as in all these cases cash is received by the business. Whereas if we talk about the debit vouchers, for example, payment made against expenses, purchases of goods, purchases of fixed assets, payment to creditors, deposits into banks, drawings, etc., show that the debit vouchers will be prepared because payments are made in all these cases. Now let us discuss one more type of voucher, which is a compound voucher. Voucher which records a transaction that entails multiple debits or credits, and one credit or debit is called a compound voucher. It may be a debit voucher or a credit voucher. A voucher showing a transaction that contains multiple debits but one credit is called debit voucher. A voucher showing a transaction that contains multiple credits but one debit is called credit voucher. With this, the explanation to different types of vouchers is all over. Hope you have all understood it well. Thank you, everybody.